Wake speaking, and I want to do a video discussing the situation in Nigeria where 234 girls were kidnapped. Only few have escaped, others are not yet found. And basically, what is the federal government doing to rescue the others in that Nigeria area? Nigeria is a country in the continent of Africa, and they have a social media campaign saying demand the release of our girls, bring back our girls. All right. And this is crazy because, I was thinking to myself a couple of days ago when I was reading up on all this information and posting the information on my social media network, my Twitters, my Facebook accounts, and just speaking to other people about it. What really got me is you don't see a national outcry about any of this. And it amazes me because we talk about this before, not just with people of color, but when it comes to women of color. When there's a crisis with women of color, no one seems to care. Bringing it back, you have 234 adolescent girls kidnapped from a school, and their own government in Nigeria isn't doing anything about it. Okay? Like their own government. And then this goes back to in the United States with the Renisha McBride situation. A black female shot and killed while knocking on the door asking for help in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. And then they turn around. No one speaks about it. There's no outrage. There's no public cry. It's another stand your ground situation. So every time, people of color, black people, African Americans, Africans, people of color in general are in danger or something is going wrong, there's no outcry for anything. So I'm going to bring up a CNN article just to give you guys some even more information. Nigerians demand government do more to bring home kidnapped girls. This is brought to me by Faith Karimi and Vladimir Duthers on CNN. This was updated at 1:47 p.m. today, Friday, May 2nd, 2014. Lagos, Nigeria. Nigerians took to the streets Thursday to demand the government do more to rescue scores of girls abducted by militants more than 2 weeks ago. This was 2 weeks ago. No one's done anything about it. Militants seized about 230 girls in the dead of the night at a high school in the nation's far northeast, a hotbed for Islamist group Boko Haram. Armed men herded the girls out of the bed and forced them into trucks on April 16th in the town of Chibok. The convoy of trucks then disappeared into the dense forest bordering Cameroon. Roughly 200 girls are still missing, although the authorities and parents differ on the number. Nigerians have rallied for days to criticize the government's handling of the rescue efforts. Hundreds wept and chanted, "Bring back our girls," during protests at the capital of Abuja on Wednesday. A day later, protesters gathered in Lagos. Shortly after the abductions last month, frustrated Chibok residents went into the forest in motorbikes to search for the girls. During the 9-hour trek, they never saw a single soldier in the forest where authorities believe the militants took the girls, said Enoch Mark, whose daughter and 2 nieces are among the kidnapped. A total of 230 parents registered the names of their daughters who were missing on the day of the kidnap, said Azabi Kwame Bera, a principal of the government girls' secondary school. For my records, 43 girls have so far escaped on their own from the kidnappers. We still have 187 girls missing. Angry relatives. In Chibok, angry parents accuse authorities of playing politics with the lives of their children. Witnesses have seen militants in dozens of vehicles headed to nearby Cameroon, said Ayuba Alamson, whose 2 nieces are among the kidnapped. In a statement Thursday, Nigeria's defense ministry said it's committed to the search. A lot of information has been received in the efforts at securing the freedom of the girls. The armed forces assures all Nigerians that it will continue to appraise every information received during this operation accordingly. It said, while it will not relent in its efforts in the search, the armed forces is mindful of the fact that some of the information with which it has been inundated are actually a ploy to distract from its goal of dealing with terrorism and other violent crimes aimed at crippling the nation. For all those wondering who is Boko Haram, which is a Islamist militant group that's in the Nigerian area, Borno State Education Commissioner Musa Inawakumbo similarly said that the government and military are doing whatever it takes to secure their release. This is a delicate situation that requires careful handling. Kubo said, when you have heavily armed men holding close to 200 girls hostage, you have to be very careful in your approach so as not to risk the safety of these girls you want to rescue. He said authorities are withholding information for safety reasons. It is a security issue, and we just can't be divulging all the efforts we are making to get these girls freed, the education commissioner said. And then this goes back to pound, hashtag, bring back our girls. This is all over Twitter, Facebook, social media network sites. But angry Nigerians said authorities are not doing enough. They took to social media using hashtags, hashtag bring back our girls and bring back our daughters, to demand more from the government. David Peter, a sound engineer, music reporter, and recording artist in Lagos, sent CNN an report in which he calls on the government to do more. If you are not safe anywhere in the world, you should be safe in your house, in your own backyard. We mandate the federal government to bring our daughters and our children, he said. Boko Haram's name translates to Western education is a sin in the local language. The group especially opposes the education of women. Under its version of Sharia law, women should be at home raising children and looking after their husbands, not at school learning to read and write. Rights groups say the militants kidnap girls to perform chores and sexual services. So, you all know me, Truth Awakes. I'm going to speak the truth here. This is another reason why, like I said, you have over 200 young girls, young Nigerian girls, daughters, nieces. Yeah, they've been kidnapped. It's been over 2 weeks. The Nigerian government hasn't done anything about it. And I'm going to play a couple of pictures in this video. There's a picture, and it says, if she can get a presidential wedding, they can get a presidential rescue. Find them. They are children. They are Nigerians, which is true. You know, the government is sitting up here. You know, they still have prince and queens and everything else. You got these children who have gone missing. You've got these Islamists, Islamic militants. And I'm going to go on and say this. This is why I am so against religion, okay? Because this is pretty much sums up another issue in the world. These people are following after the Sharia law, which is an Islam law in the Islamic religion, that's basically saying women are second class and they need to be at home cooking and cleaning, taking care of children. They're not allowed to go and get an education or do anything on their own. So you turn around and you kidnap a bunch of young females because you don't agree with them getting an education because of your ignorant religion. And this all is a boy point of the issue. But anyways, hopefully, with us using social media, we can go and really help find these girls and bring awareness to the fact that 230 girls are missing in the country of Nigeria, and their government is not doing anything about it. And oddly enough, what is President Barack Obama saying? It amazes me how in America, when there's situations, our country picks and choose when they're going to play Captain Save a Country. But when it's dealing with people of color, all of a sudden, the USA has nothing to do with it. Yet they can be all the way in Iraq when it came to getting gas. So, it's ridiculous. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this situation. Please do your best to get the word out on the social media network sites. Hashtag bring back our girls, bring back our daughters.